Welcome to LUTV's coverage of this professional development league game. It is Wigan Athletic hosting our very own Leeds United, 7th in the table versus 8th in the table. A real chance for Leeds to make some territory and get some momentum going after that victory just the other day against Barnsley. So that was Leeds' first win, their only win in 7, but much better and much more like what we're expecting to see from them. Wigan on 17 points, have got 1 win in 9 in all comps. They're unbeaten in their last 2 with 2 draws against Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday, but they have no win in 5 at home. So we'll run you through the teams. Wigan go with GLI in goal, Robinson, Long, Perry, Goldham, Benigme, Obi, Merry, Crankshaw, Piggott and Weir. Their bench is Aspinall, Joseph, Webber, Smith and Jolly. For the Whites today, it's Ilan Meslier, we believe a back 3 of Bryce Zana, Casey and Struick. On the wing back, Shackleton and Davis. Alpha McCalmont, Mateus Bogus is back as well. John Stevens, Liam McCarran and Ryan Edmondson. The bench for Leeds is Kamal Manzek, Theo Hudson, Charlie Cresswell, Niall Huggins and Nohan Kenner. So, strong team for Leeds. The internationals that were absent over the international break, the likes of McCalmont and Bogus are back. And of course, Bryce Zana moves central. And great to see Jimmy Shackleton return as well. So we've got myself, Tom Hill, and Ben Parker bringing you all the action. The game from the DW Stadium. Leeds will be another all-white, as you can see, and Wigan in their traditional blue. And I think the referee is ready for the games to get underway. So then, Ben, it's you missed the win last week. You know Jinx, of course. We enjoyed plenty of victories last season. But it's such a relief, and of course, going to a place like this, another team that are struggling, the fact that Leeds have got a win on their record before it will be a huge confidence boost.
Yes, good evening, Tom. Good evening, everybody else. It's just another great game just to build better, like I said, momentum, getting that win against Barnsley. After what happened at Derby, it's sometimes as young players you can stay in your system for quite a while, but they showed good mental strength just to get it out of the system, like I said, and bounce back with a good win, but also a good performance as well against Barnsley. And this is another game, another occasion where you're just trying to string those wins together and climb up that table.
Yeah, I'd run you through the table in a second as Struick just heads away. That's going to be Casey to knock it a bit longer downfield. Shackleton will push up and try and take Benigme off the ball, but instead he just takes a step back, and Wigan on the attack. It's a strong tackle. Robbie brought back for a free kick. And I think it's going to be, in fact. It was Pascal Struick flying up out of defence. Shackleton had got the ball covered anyway, but a little late. And you can perhaps understand why the Wigan player, Ben, is a little slow to get up.
It's just one of those where you're kind of committed to like trying to put a block in. Just, may have cut off a pass or have a challenge. And as soon as they releases the ball, you're always in danger because you have committed towards the player, towards the ball. And obviously it's a dangerous moment. You just need the wall just to stay strong. Meslier organised them really well. It's one of those, just all jump together, stay together, don't have any gaps.
Yeah, so 3 Wigan shirts over the ball. Perry and Weir, the 2, will probably favour Weir, and it is going to be he that steps up, and it takes a deflection. And will be a corner. Leeds' wall, looks like it's Casey and Edmondson celebrate their block. It will be Jensen Weir, should I say, to take this next set piece, which John Stevens has just gone short to try and cover in case he scuffs this effort. Headed away off from Edmondson, took a deflection off a Wigan player, fired back across. Leeds do well. Can now turn Burgess. Zana. Struick is under pressure. Meslier will have to be quick. A bit hurried. Forward, it's a poor pass. Still Wigan trying to build. It's now Benigme. He's going to shoot towards the near post. Meslier left a gap, and I think it was going into the side netting pretty comfortably, Ben, but Ilan Meslier wasn't to know that. And to say he was quite far over to his left, of course, the angle of the goal, to the right of the goal, he did very well to get back across.
Yeah, good footwork from Meslier just to have it covered. The shot was going wide, but it wasn't to know that, and just parried it behind. But Wigan have started really bright these early stages, first 3 minutes. So just got to keep on top, matching for that work rate.
Yeah, another set piece. This time both arms are aloft as cross comes to the far post. Back across. Stuick wrestling. And it is going to go out for a goal kick. Just wait to see if Leeds will take it short. So as I was saying, I said in a couple of commentaries in recent weeks, Leeds' position in the table might not look the best, but it's not as bad as it would seem. They have only played 10 games compared to the likes of the teams around them. We're going to play 2 more than them for the start. If Leeds win tonight, they go above them anyway. And then the likes of Crewe have played 13. A couple of wins for Leeds would actually put them up to 3rd or 4th in the table, should results go their way as well. And of course, they have to play everybody a second time around, as Bogus has gone out toward the left for Hazana. Not the best pass. It's a real hospital ball, in fact, towards the edge of the defence, and they're going to come through. Great work from Milan Meslier. Came out of nowhere, of course, to see the view we've got, and now let's see really rush clearance at the back from Wigan. McCarron will chase, and that's good pressure from him. Keeper's well out of his box, and eventually has to concede the throw-in. And Wigan have been pretty smart here. They're just kicking it around, slowing Leeds down, because the keeper needs to get back in his goal. And yeah, much better.
2 examples there of how to play the sweeper keeper. One how to do it, one not to do it. The keeper there for Wigan rushing out of the goal, just had a massive slice there. McCarron nearly broke to him to fair. And sometimes you get reward just by closing people down, chasing lost causes, and nearly did that.
Yeah, ball back out for a goal kick. That's a quick throw-in taken, and Leeds just cough up possession. But good point made by Ben that Meslier so quick and alert and very consistent with his clearance. Same cannot be said for the Wigan opposite number. Ball fired forward. Edmondson's going to chase. Great to see Ryan Edmondson get on the score sheet last week, by the way, with a lovely finish. And keeper early doors is having a bit of a sloppy start. Stuick inside. There is Casey. Here is Susanna. Ball threaded through. A chance to cut the ball back. McCalmon, he just took another step, which perhaps wasn't needed. Great to see him playing a bit further forward. He's got a sensational goal on international duty the other night. And again, it's another addition to his game, getting further forward. We've seen it with the likes of Jenkins playing holding and then playing deep. As that ball's going to be played, keeper's going to try and come out again. It looks quite shaky, Ben.
They keep putting pressure on him there. Ryan Emerson trying to close him down. Not the greatest clearance to get again from the keeper. But you're saying about McCalmont, great energy. Yeah, again trying to close the ball down. Here's McCarron.
Yeah, long ball fired forward. Good header out of the back again. We can keep this ball in play. Good work from Shackleton.
It's great to see Shackleton back out there. He's just not had a full run this season. It's been a bit stop-start, a couple of injuries he has had, but it's a massive asset to our squad going forward. And like I say, it's great to see him getting some minutes finally under his belt.
Yeah, there is Susanna having his shirt pulled, but he carries on going, and this is what you keep mentioning in commentary. His attacking runs forward are very ambitious, very determined, and they often work out. And so good to see him back. He's been injury plagued, to say the least, but every time he comes back, looks better than ever out on that left-hand side tonight. As we see a couple of options, Edmondson is the one that Hazana goes to find. He wants to play it to McCarron. They've managed to work a 1-2. Have they? I think Hazana knew he was offside, so he stopped his run, looked up, he was frustrated, and they're going to let it trickle out regardless. Of course, busy run of fixtures for Leeds in the 23s. And of course with the first team with the no international break to come now until March. Leeds in action on Tuesday night, which of course is tomorrow. 8 o'clock kickoff against Reading. That game, you can get your audio pass for that, or it will be available in certain territories for those watching on videos. Here at Leeds, come out of the back. Meslier, Struik, neat ball.
Well played.
Burgess towards Hosanna, goes back for it, just a bit too much on that pass, and Wigan will recover. Hosanna steps up, misses that, so Struik's going to come across and cover for him. Does great, does Pascal Struik, to not concede a corner, only being a throw-in. Steady start though. Not created too many chances, not tested the keeper in his actual goal. He'd come flying out of his box, but on this side of things, Leeds just had to make the one save and conceded a dangerous free kick, but I won't be too disappointed with the start they've made as Burgess goes back to Struik. Hosanna inside now to Casey. Lovely footwork from the big man, even better. The next touch, getting a bit ahead of himself as he goes out towards the right hand side, and that's a peach of a pass.
Centre halves these days, they've got it all in the locker.
Unbelievable, really confident play, and again demonstration of just how much development he's had this year as McCarron's pass is a little short to Hosanna. That's pretty much the tale of the tape so far for Leeds, Ben, that we see some good play, either some good defending, then a bad pass, or some good attacking movement, and then a bad pass. But, we're only 10 minutes in, and of course, if they can iron those mistakes out, it could be a good night tonight. Yeah,
the tempo of the passing's been really good to watch so far. Like I say, just searching for that final ball, but the signs are good. Build-up play has been great at this part. Like saying, just get that final ball just right. There's going to be chances to be created tonight.
Yeah, Struik in possession. He's going to fist the ball over the top. It was looking for Bryce Hosanna, but he just can't find him. McCarron turns, goes down, wins a free kick. Of course, it's good to see that we Leeds get the call, but perhaps a touch on the ball from Ollie Crankshaw. Tess Burgess will go across to the left-hand side to take it. Expecting him, of course, to whip the ball in and try to find another white shirt. So with plenty of movement in the box. It's going to be taken towards the far post. It's headed away. Will fall to Shackleton. Out towards the right-hand side. There is Leeds number 2 again. Another member of this squad that can play in so many different positions as Hosanna comes out and now plays it forward over the top. He's looking for a Shackleton. Ambitious again. Probably, in fairness, good press riding from Wigan. Ben, good to see them trying to play over the top, something a little bit different to sometimes what we're normally used to seeing. Didn't come off, but very even game.
That's saying, I think the tempo from us has been chalk and cheese compared to the last time we was away from home at Derby. Yeah, they had a lot of first-team players out, but we just played in the right areas. Yeah, it's a wayward pass there from Hosanna, but the way we're playing in their half suits us a lot better, because when you do give the ball away, obviously it's further away from the goal, so you don't get punished as much. And like I say, these situations when we do get the ball with Struik, just coming deep there is McCallum on. I say just move the ball quick. We've seen it at Luton with our centre halves, the defenders on the ball. Shackleton just does well to keep the ball in down the right hand side.
Yeah, he does really well to try and keep the ball in. Wants the overlapping runner. Stevens is that man. Heavy touch. He was offside anyway.
But yeah, going back to my point of moving the ball well at the back, it don't allow the defenders or the opposition to get set in a defensive structure. And like I said, we saw that at Luton when the guys were moving the ball at a tempo. It's very hard for Luton to stay on top of us, and that'll be the key for tonight, because when Wigan try to press from the goal kick, but when the pressure is a little bit off, they're sitting deep, so move the ball quick, just don't let them get settled into that shape.
Yeah, ball back to Meslier. Intercepted by Wigan. Casey, Hazara, Struick. Shackleton again. Out towards Hazana once more. Not the best pass to let him have a bit more space, but he does do enough to help Leeds win the ball back. Calmont, Casey. Hazana inside to McCarran. Calmont scoops the ball up. Looking for Shackleton. Gets it to Stevens. Good movement again from Carlos Corbrand's men. Casey once more. Picks out a lovely pass to Hazana. Takes it in his stride. Now can he burst inside? It's a tame cross, bit low. And it's out towards Mateus Bogus, who will take this. The fact knows let it roll towards Bright Hazana. But, I mean, we're going to sit in pretty deep for the early stages. Just to let you know as well, by the way, just double checking things, and as much as we know Leif Davis has got ability with both feet, just try to confirm it must have been a late change for Charlie Cresswell, perhaps of course tactical. So he is playing right centre half. That means Brighton has gone to left wing back. Jamie Shackleton in the right wing back role, so it's he that's wearing number 3, Ben. Good performance against Barnsley. As Bogus tries to put the pressure on, just can't get there. Now Edmondson again, nearly getting to the keeper. Terrific speed from Ran Edmondson. And again taken quickly. Cresswell's going to bring it forward. And we were saying just before the game there that the 3 centre-backs that are out there in terms of now, with Cresswell, Struick and Casey, perhaps being the most consistent 3 players in the 23s this season. Yeah,
and particularly with Ollie Casey and Charlie Cresswell stepping up from under-18 football last year. They've been really impressive alongside this man in possession, Struick. Always seems to impress us with under-23 football. But I think just the shape what we've got into tomorrow is just more of a 4 at the back with Ollie Casey, just the holding midfielder. I've seen him do some lovely footwork so far in this game, but he's more comfortable playing in there. And like I was saying, he's got that free kind of block, the triangle, 3 centre halves, just to stop any attacking threat that Wigan might try and build throughout the night. Yeah, Hazana with a really good run into Shackleton now. Good chance to swing the ball in, which he does. Deflected for a corner. He's already shown his energy in his Shackleton, pushing high on that right-hand side. With again going back to the game at Luton, there's some great build-up play with Luke Ayling, Pablo Hernandez down that right side. And when we do play, we've got the freedom, the players to go join in from full-back positions. Wingers rolling off the line. Just been really creative to causing problems for opposition full-backs. Yeah, Shackleton, as Ben mentioned, terrific speed and energy so far from him as Bogus swings this ball across the DW Stadium surface, and it's fired back in. We're going to deal with that, the Latic's first chance, and it's fired into the path of McCalmont, who's brave and gets in the way. Good refereeing as well. It looked like it was a 50-50. Casey to McCarran. Rare chance for him tonight to get his head down and have a go, but he decides against it that he doesn't. He's dropped the shoulder. Great play again. Now can he pick out the pass? Tries to find Edmondson. Fabulous work from Liam McCarran, who was my man of the match of the day against Barnsley. Did see a lot of our fans on social media as well praise his work as Stevens flies in. Really scrappy bit of play, just what these fans want to see as Bogus goes for goal. Right-footed, hits the post. Lucky. Well, that would have been the moment of the season really for Mateus Bogus. He's been so unlucky with some of his efforts from free kicks and long distance. Picked his spot, and he's oh so close to opening the scoring. It was typical, really good play, and then now for a rare change, roll up the sleeves, Ben, push forward, and just hits the post. So unlucky. And we're just mentioning about the end product, and initially it was McCarran who just injected a bit of pace into that attack. So unlucky trying to find Edmondson. The blue bodies were there, couldn't quite pick a teammate out in the box. But as we broke onto about 25 yards out, it was won the initial challenge. So unlucky, smashing against the post.
Yeah, Hosanna in possession. Goes towards the centre of the pitch for Burgess now. McCalmont. Really nice ball into the path of Shackleton. Stevens. McCalmont's in the middle. Burgess in the middle as well, asking for it, but now it's back with Shackleton. Into Casey. The way he started, wouldn't be surprised if he has a go from range today. He's been really confident in possession, playing a bit higher up in the holding midfield role. Hosanna looking for McCarran. Try something a bit fancy with a little twist and turn, but not to be. So nearly 20 minutes into this pretty even game. Professional Development League Northern Clash. Of course, I mentioned, if you just tuning in, this is 7th versus 8th. Throw-in taken by Golden. Leeds will head it clear. We'll have to wait for a ball boy or one of the members of staff to go get that, but ball. Of course, tough conditions this time of year. Plenty of games at this level will be affected. We already had the Nottingham Forest game called off, but just a quick talk on the pitch, Ben, as we wait for the ball to rather comically come out from under the advertisement board. That's going to be a bit of a battle.
It's disappeared.
He's given up on that.
We've got a new one.
He'll know he'll be on camera, you see, so if he does it embarrassingly, he's going to be spotted. I'd give up. But yeah, going back to Sarah's point, the pitch is in great condition.
Fantastic. And it always gives you a little boost. I can remember playing reserve football back in the day. When you're coming through, when you play at a proper ground, always gives you that little bit of buzz. Makes it feel like a proper game.
Yeah, it's certainly helped some of our players over the last 18 months. We spoke quite often about Ryan Edmondson really living up to the atmosphere and kicking on when the big games counted last year. He's now back to Cresswell, who just dummies his way. Stevens, that's a lovely flick to Shackleton. Leeds trying to up the tempo. It's just going to bobble in play, and Edmondson now has a chance to create something. He's going to get the head down and drive for goal. Good work from Edmondson. It's a great turn as well. Stevens is going to be flicked up into the air. Edmondson could be offside, jumps up for it. Keeper's nervous once again. Referee saying the game can go on, but the keeper looking for an excuse then for why he didn't win the battle. And I mean, we've often run out of things to say about Ryan Edmondson's finishing or his ability at holding the play up, but his work rate again has been second to none this season, and another example of it there, Ben.
What I really liked about that, when he got the ball, he was really direct, really positive, running at the centre half. Could have played it off quite easily, tried to get himself in the box, but no, he thought, right, 1v1, I'm going to get him here, and nearly produced something. But good build-up play down the right-hand side, able to get out of that corner, initially with Charlie Cresswell, then Damon Shackleton playing the ball down the line.
Yeah, ball out towards the far side, scooped up down the line by Wigan, but far too strong, so Meslier will just get his hands on the ball for a change. Mr. Cresswell. Shackleton. Cross to Struick, who's got a bit of time. Here is McCalmont, even more time, and great awareness from Alpha McCalmont. Here's Matthias Burgess, and both of them showing good first touches to really expand this play. Stevens likewise. This is much better from Leeds. Looking for Shackleton, he goes down. He's appealing for a pull on the shirt. Referee says nothing in it. You were appealing for it, Ben. You would anyway, because you're too passionate sat here alongside me. But of course, with the speed that Shackleton's travelling at, it's always likely that someone will clip him. Just bring the play back and Leeds recover. But yeah, it could have been given. It was a close one.
To be honest, like watching it live, it just looked like a blatant clip or a tug back on the shirt from Shackleton. He was travelling at some speed, and all it takes is a slight touch when you're going at the speed he was travelling there, just to bring you down. Stevens trying to get behind there.
Yeah, talk about speed. It's Stevens across, looking for Edmondson. Oh, he's unlucky. Really unlucky there, Jordan Stevens. And just a reminder, By the way, as we've already told you in the first few minutes, Leeds versus Reading on a Tuesday, 8 o'clock kickoff. Audio pass available and video pass available to certain territories around the world. Good defending from Leeds, in particular Casey. And it remains at 0-0 in what has been a pretty competitive and decent game so far. Stevens asking for a throw-in, not given. Reminder of the Leeds bench, likes of Mazek, Hudson, Huggins, Kenner, that can still feature. Waiting to see Luke Robinson take this throw in. He's taking an age. Casey has a bit of a swing at Jensen Weir. He was going for the ball, but did clip him. Referee said that's enough for a free kick. We have seen Ollie Casey, by the way, play in this number 4 role, which we've often, as Leeds fans, Leeds media, given it the Calvin Phillips role.
And rightly so.
He has played a couple of times there. He's looked very comfortable. Gets around the park quite well, of course. Long stride pattern. Reads the game very well. As Wigan now take the free kick. It's up there with Struick and a very brave header. Now McCarron can carry it.
Well played.
He takes that space and then works it out to a teammate. There is Edmondson. He would, of course, been back for the free kick. McCalmont needed a shout. Good job that Cresswell's neat footwork was on the hand to help him. Shackleton will pull wide. Back with Cresswell.
Great pass.
Yeah, Ben describing it perfectly. Don't need to say much else from that. With he goes from right to left to find Hazana. Here is Mateus Burgos. He goes across to Shackleton. Stevens dropping into the middle to try and help. Casey, Struick. Leeds are putting plenty of width about their play, but that pass is too short. And Wigan will try and break. They're obviously very clear intentions to try and attack on the counter. Great work again from Leeds at the back. Cresswell mopping the ball up and carrying it across. Not the greatest ball from McCalmont, but Shackleton's on hand. Of course, conditions not helping the play. It's very slick surface. We've praised it, but if your pass isn't perfect, it is going to trouble you. It's McCarron. Back to Struick. He's inside now. Cresswell. Shackleton wanted a short ball to McCalmont. I think was going back for it. Stevens wasn't there down the line, but yeah, just I think they're getting a bit frustrated and annoyed at themselves at a couple of these misplaced passes. But again, there is some bright sparks. Shackleton started well. Pascal Struick, Casey has, Cresswell. Just need to click though.
Yeah, the key is patience in the final third. Don't try and force the pass if it's not on. Yeah, you want to try and someone try and unlock the door with bit of quality, bit of vision from the attacking players. But stuff like that we've been impressed with tonight. Closing the ball down, winning a lot of second balls. The endeavour's been there straight from the first whistle. Yeah,
McCarron's got him behind. A real chance again for Leeds. Bides his time. Not too many options with so many Wigan players behind the ball. There is Bogus looking for Shackleton. He has to adjust, and he does so very well. Little hint of a drop of the shoulder there from Stevens. It just made Wigan's defenders jump up a little. The back heel doesn't work for McCalmont. And Wigan will clear, but they are certainly worried about Leeds as a threat. So many bodies behind the ball. Good work from Liam McCarron again. I told Ben what I thought he played the other day. He certainly started with that same bit of confidence about his play, and that's great to see after the game against Derby, as Ben mentioned. Wasn't a night we'll look back on too fondly for Leeds. He played central that night, but no sign of it affecting his confidence. Struick goes left. McCarron will be out there with Hazana. It is the latter that brings it under control. McCarron to Hazana again. Leeds need a bit more movement closer to him. He rushes the pass. Burgess doesn't really touch the Wigan player, but Slightly from behind, so he goes down and gets the free kick. Very little in it. Often you'll see players do that, wait for some contact, if any, and fall over. Gets the call, but it's just that final ball again.
It is, but you mentioned McCarron there, and obviously he came to the club with a really good reputation, a young player, exciting player, and I think you're starting to see signs of him fully to settle into the club, into the style of philosophy that we've built since Marcel Bielsa came into the club. And so it does take a while for especially young players to adapt to that, but you start to see signs of that now.
Yeah, it's a great work from him again, this time defensively as he wins the ball back. It's Casey now in possession. Calmont's running across the box at the present, and it's Shackleton that's forced back. Again, it's good work from Wigan, but here is Struijk. Hazana's available on the left. Stevens. Now will Stevens go and try and find him? Magnificent feet from him. It's a little unlucky at the last touch. Edmondson's beaten in the air.
If anyone could just get the head up there, Bryce Hazana, as you mentioned, he was trying to bomb in behind the last line of the defence from like the left wing position. He had oceans of space as well. Just no one could really get the head up and pick him out.
He's under pressure here. Casey caught on the ball. That's 4 Wigan players that are right up there fighting for it. Down the line, hooked away, headed back. Bit of head tennis for a change. McCalmon's beaten to it, and now Wigan can break forward with Merry. Good work from Hazana. Important second touch as well. Might have given it away, but it takes a few metres out of Wigan's momentum, pushes them further back. Burgess now scrapping away. Edmondson will do likewise. As a team, Leeds have looked pretty committed, and McCarron again with another good interception, albeit the pass not the best. He's going to continue to drive here. It'll be some goal if he goes on his own. He's going to go for goal across the face. It's unlucky from Liam McCarron. He really is putting his hand up there tonight, Ben, to stand up and try and be counted. He could have passed it to Edmondson, but of course, with the speed he's travelling at, he's on his strong side. As a left-footed player yourself, I can understand fully why he's gone for that.
Yeah, there's not a chance he's passing there. And the one key attribute he has to his game, as you can see, pace, and it terrifies defenders. He can travel with the ball large parts of the pitch. He's picked it up there, intercepted a pass from the centre half, and he's drove best part of 60 yards, got an effort towards goal, and rightly so. And like you're saying, he's just playing with confidence at the moment. But if I was in the team now playing, give him the ball as much as you can. Keep feeding him it. Because obviously, like I say, he's playing with lots of confidence. Excellent from Edmondson there. So unlucky.
Yeah, very bright play. Edmondson's just getting a little bit frustrated. I think he feels that Leeds a little deep. Of course, they'll be listening to the coaching staff and taking their instructions in, but Edmondson leading from the front at present as Wigan give the ball away. Great work from Casey. Cresswell goes for Edmondson. It's good defending from Latics again, and now it's brought under control. That was a poor first touch, but they get away with it. 2 wingers have swapped places, by the way, Crankshaw and Benning-May. So it's Crankshaw and then 7 shirt on the left for Wigan. Here is Cresswell to Struijk, who you'd like to see take it a bit further forward. He has got that in his locker. This time out to Hazana. They wet surface. McCarron tries a little bit too ambitious. What they're doing very well, I think Wigan, you'll know tactically a bit more than me, but of course, they seem to be tracking Alton McCalmont's runs pretty much inch perfectly. I mean, he's not normally played in that advanced role, but as he keeps coming up to try and help Edmondson, there is very little space for both the midfielder or the striker.
There is, but the impressive thing about McCalmont, he still keeps making that run. Because sometimes a midfielder where you're making third-man runs time after time and you're not getting the ball or no one's picking you out with a pass, you can get a bit disheartened, and then all of a sudden you just think, well, I'm not going to make that run. Then it just becomes easy to defend against, but it's still making that run. And it's really selfless work, because you're not only creating space for yourself, you're creating space for your teammates, dropping into the number 10 position like Bogus is doing. Shackleton's working hard to get out of this corner, which he does really well.
Yeah, he does very well indeed as Leeds push up again. Crankshaw can't keep it in place. It will be a Leeds United throw-in. Of course, if you're just joining us, it remains 0-0. Tez Bogus has hit the post for the Whites. Ilham Meslier forced into a save or two at the other end, but can't we argue that Leeds are not doing slightly better, the two teams. Edmondson's turned his man. It's pretty poor defending from Wigan. Now another chance for a one-on-one. He goes down. If he's got a free kick, that's really smart from Edmondson. He'd kicked that too far in front of him. The number 5's come across, Adam Long. He was the man that was at fault, and his teammate Emeka Obi had no choice, but he made sure once his pass had gone too far, he was still fouled.
Yeah, it's a blatant yellow card. And again, Ryan Edmondson been positive. Just tried to knock it past him and run. He's a real powerful runner, is Ryan. When he gets into his full stride, he's a quick lad, he's a strong lad, and done well to buy a free kick in a dangerous position.
Yeah, Matthias Burgess, he stood over it. As far as we can see, it's Struick, Edmondson. Expects that Cresswell and Casey. Calmont's up there, Shackleton, the man just on the edge of the D. Burgess swings it in. It is towards Struick. Good save. Good header as well. Really powerful. Everything you want from an attacking set piece. Head it into the floor. Hope that, again, tonight, with a slicker surface, it bounces up past the keeper. You've got to take your hat off to him and say, well, that's a good stop.
Yeah, it's a great save down to his right-hand side. Mentioned his kicking has been not the best, but produced a great save down low to his right. You're right, was sure he just used the surface really. Didn't try and put too much power on the header, just guided it towards the bottom corner, and did everything right, but the keeper made a good save.
Yeah, ball in towards Burgess' feet. He's going to spin away. Good run. Out towards Stevens. Now he dummies it to Hazana. Ball in. Edmondson strikes. Blocked at source. Very close. Tackle it. That potentially hit the hand, and it has. And well, Wigan's number 6 looked like it was Alex Perry that stuck out the hand. Edmondson, very similar position to the goal he scored against Barnsley, peeling away, ready to strike. And the defender too close for comfort and blocked the effort. But Hazana taking the early opportunity to cross, and it nearly came off for Leeds, Ben.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was going to cut back onto his stronger right foot, but fair play to him. Took the opportunity on his weaker left, just put it to an area. And what I liked about Ryan Edmondson's the finish he got away. Yeah, good defending yet again from Wigan, putting the block in, but he didn't try to hit it too hard, just use the speed of the ball, trying to guide it towards goal. But no, it was a handball, good spot by the referee, dangerous situation, bang middle of goal. What, just 25 yards out?
Yeah, real opportunity this for Leeds at a crucial time with 10 to go. It will be Burgess to go for goal just over the bar. Edmondson taps in for good measure, just to get his eye in, should he get the opportunity, but it will be a goal kick. Great effort, Ben.
Yeah, good effort. But knowing Matthias Bogus and what we've seen him do from set-piece situations, from the dead ball, he'll be disappointed in himself for not at least hitting the target, because he possessed so much ability in that right foot. We've seen him score from even further out than the 25 yards. He just took one from there, but just went over the bar. Good effort, though.
Keeper's going to go long with this one. Karen beaten in the air. Good tackle from Stephen. Shackleton trying to get out of a tight spot, just can't do so. So now here is Perry for Wigan. Goes wide. Struick's gone across to cover. He gets a little deflection on it. And Meslier will just keep it in play. Terrific work from the keeper and the left centre half. I've been impressed by Ilham Meslier's pace this season. I mean, I know modern footballers now, even keepers are quick, but he really does cover the ground very well.
It's not a good sign when keepers are quick, especially in pre-season. If keepers are heading in running, it's not a good sign, that Tom.
Here is Cresswell. Katie had to be quick and was, but he's given the ball away. Here is Benigme trying to find a bit of space to shoot. Struick gets in the way. It will be a corner. Leeds just guilty of trying to be a little bit too cute out the back.
That's where we need to just learn. If they're putting a high press on, like we said in the derby match, don't give goals away. Don't give them opportunities from our bad mistakes by giving the ball away, sloppily playing out. If they're gonna score anything or create anything, let them come up with some good play themselves. But no, hopefully that's just a little warning. But we've got to defend this corner now.
Yeah, pretty much everyone back for Leeds. It is a set-piece routine for Wigan in this I formation. Yeah, post Meslier catches with ease, brushes off a couple, and now wants to try and play the pass. Nothing on, so he'll go short, and Cresswell will bring it forward. 7 to go until the break. Edmondson. Good work from him again. Stevens, now they're getting each other's way, but they've managed to break free as here comes Bryce Asana. He might go on his own. Into the box he comes. It's back to Edmondson. Stevens perhaps wants the quick one too, but it's Edmondson back towards Burgess. He's got Casey behind him. We'll play it to Cresswell. You can see the water on the surface really affecting some of the passes. Skidding around, of course, if it continues to fall down, the referee might have to have a look, but it seems to be doing enough to get through the 90 at least as Meslier brings it under control. It's been the half of nearly's really, Ben, so far. A couple of warning signs for either side, and I get, for me still though, you wouldn't look with the way that they're both playing if you're watching as a neutral. This is a 7th versus 8th. They're both very organised.
Not all, but we're only 6 points off from the top. And we've got 2 games in hand on the top team as well, so you can, just like I said before the kick-off, build on that, the victory against Barnsley last week, and we've seen with the lads of the first team what run of victories can do. You can start pushing up the table, try and challenge at the right end for things. So and this is going to be the key for under 23s now, because a bit of an indifferent start from all the success they had last year, but you see all the quality we've got out today. They're more than capable of going a really long unbeaten run, but the key is just stay patient, stay switched on as well mentally. Don't give anything easy away, and then on the flip side of that, in the attacking third, be clinical when you do get a chance.
Yeah, Leeds putting the pressure on. Edmondson very close to getting the ball back. Good work from Stevens. Concedes the throw-in, but it's well and truly in Wigan's half, so they can push a little higher up. Here's Benigme. Mazana pretty fortunate really. The arms did seem to push out, but we'll take it. Or the Wigan players not appreciating something that Jordan Stevens has done.
I like Stevens' reactions to give him a little laugh, got on with the game.
Yeah, probably annoy him even more, to be honest, as we can go from left to right. It's a heavy touch from the centre-back that's been booked. As here is Zana. Benigme trying to take him back towards his own goal, which Struick will do anyway. Meslier to Cresswell. Shackleton will go down the line, shows too much of it inside to Crankshaw. 4 and a bit minutes to go. If you're just tuning in, Leeds have hit the post from Matthias Burgess. We're going to have gone close on a couple of half chances. Pretty decent game for Wigan to try and hold out for Leeds. Not at their best just yet. Showing glimpses as Struick goes to Cresswell. Good touch from Shackleton. They carry inside to Burgess, who's got one for company. Now he comes across. Stevens going to go on his own. We're going to appeal that the throw-in is theirs, and they get it. Ambitious play though, Ben, from Stevens. Try to take them on.
Yeah, just on that occasion, probably a pass, laying off, maybe try and find a little 1-2 around the box might have been a better option. There were 3 bodies around for Wigan down the line where he tried to go. Was always going to lose possession when he went down that way. But yeah, it was good, because a lot of times when we've had the ball, we've always tried to drive infield. Sometimes mix it up, go on the outside.
Ball into the middle for Wigan with their centre half Long, who does just give the ball away. Here is Cresswell. Under a little bit of pressure, but Meslier offers him the angle to help him out. Hazara. Struick. Here is Casey. Shackleton. Stevens and Shackleton nearly getting in each other's way. Stevens. It's a lovely ball, and Hazara in so much space. Poor play from Wigan. Down the line it comes. McCarron trying to get there into the side netting. Does well to actually keep it in play. He's been quiet for a couple of minutes. Burst back into the game, and Leeds knocking on the door. Just not enough quality in that final third.
It was a great build-up play. It's gone from left-hand side out to this right. Stevens, good build-up play with Shackleton yet again. Gone back out to Bryce Sanner in advanced position on that left-hand side. Just a bit too heavy with the pass.
Yeah, a little bit as Wigan come forward. Benigme, overlapping runner. McCarron has to be quick and is. Meslier puts his foot through it and clears. Risky play from Wigan. Nearly a 2-on-2 for us if they're quick. Bogus tries to go to the right. Stevens, this will be the perfect time to score. Just before half-time. McCalmont back to Stevens. The pass is on if he wants to return it. He's unlucky. Wins a corner.
They're finishing the half strong. He mentioned great time to score a goal. It would be perfect going 1-0. And I think we'd probably deserve going ahead. We've been the more dominant team. Just hoping a good delivery, just putting it to a good area. You mentioned Ollie Casey. He's got an eye for goal from set pieces. Struick last year. We loved the little run he went on with the goal scoring form. Charlie Cresswell as well, so putting in some good areas.
Yeah, they've gone short first. McCalmont does swing it in towards the near post, just cleared away. It's going to fall to Stevens, who will hit it. It's just past the post. Edmondson claims it's touched. And the way the players are forming suggests the referee agrees.
Yeah, definitely were touched by the goalkeeper. Good strike from Stevens on his weaker left foot. Test the goalkeeper out. I'm surprised we played it short. Like I say, we're into added time now, so I think the message probably gone to Bogus. Just put it in the mixer.
Yeah, see if he can test this Wigan defence. Three white shirts together in a little cluster towards the near post. Struick going to be tipped away. Only just. Couldn't quite see who got the last touch. I think it's Cresswell or Casey. Ball stayed in. Wigan have fallen asleep. Here comes Bogus. Takes his time. Goes for goal. Keeper palms it into the floor. It's just over Struick. And they'll get away with it. Well, all of Wigan's players in a line. Not one of them closed Mateus Bogus down. He kept taking the space. And a little touch at the far post. Struick's original header from the corner was tipped away. Then off the line. Keeper getting in the way. Real scramble. That's positive for Leeds, trying to win the half on a high, as that is the end of the first half. So that's the first 45 minutes behind us. Thank you once again for listening to myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker on LUTV, and we'll be back soon for the second half coverage. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage of this Professional Development League game at DW Stadium. Wigan versus Leeds 0-0 as we get the second half underway. And if you've just sat down this Monday evening, Jimmy Shackleton has just completed the 45 minutes. This man on the ball, Theo Hudson, his replacement, which means Bryce Hosanna has gone to right back. Hudson will occupy left wing back. And of course, hopefully, get down those flanks as we know they can, and get Leeds to victory. Myself, Tom Hill, and Ben Parker bringing you all the action on what was a rather close first half. Couple of shots for Leeds, definitely the better of the two teams, but Wigan certainly held their own and were competitive throughout. It is 7th versus 8th this, and if Leeds are going to have to get the 3 points, it's not going to be given to them. It's going to have to be hard fought, a bit better in the final third. The conditions are not the best, but Ben, as we mentioned, that win last week against Barnsley will give the players confidence and hopefully a bit of patience, because I think sometimes, especially at youth level, not saying this is just Leeds of course, or even if it is Leeds, but at youth level, if youngsters are pushing for a win, they can get a bit short-tempered, try too many things, whereas the last 12 months with Leeds, we've seen them so measured, so calm, and a little bit like that in the first half, a bit better than the last few weeks anyway.
Yeah, the way I describe our under-23 is the performance overall over the last 18 months has matured, and that's what they're going to have to be today. Maturing, not giving any chances away, don't be sloppy, trying to play out from the back, gifting opportunities to Wigan. And then in the attacking third, can we be mature and be patient in our build-up play? Don't force the pass. We've seen as the half went on, when we were patient, when we did take a little bit of time, we did create those chances, especially towards the end of the half. And we've just got to keep doing the same things, keep moving the ball at a tempo again, especially around the back midfield areas, but then be nice and positive. And hopefully you get somebody who just comes up with a bit of brilliance, a bit of magic, and gets that opening goal.
Leeds give the free kick away. Plenty of white shirts back behind the ball. Finally taken. Headed away by Hosanna, not far enough. Where Hosanna goes across for a second bite at it. Potential handball. Referee gives advantage. Here comes McCarron. Has to just reshuffle his feet. He's still got the ball here, McCarron. It's a great run this down the left. Shows a bit of strength as well. Now whips the ball into the box. Just going to be too far to the left and onto the side netting. Perhaps done a little bit too much, bit out of breath, and of a player of his stand, he probably thought the cross was the easiest bit to do, but didn't get his foot wrapped around the ball. But again, you mentioned it in the first half, Ben, he didn't have anything to do there apart from either turn round and potentially lose possession or just get his head down and go, and he's got the confidence.
Yeah, again showed what pace he has got. To be fair to Wigan, defensively they got back in numbers, just kind of crowding him out, crowding him towards that corner. And it's always difficult to swing across him when you're running at full pelt. Just didn't quite wrap his foot round. But again, showing his pace. And I mentioned give him the ball early in the first half, and I'd still do that in this game here in the second half. Keep giving it to him, trying to get him isolated 1v1, because he's already shown he's got the pace and the beating of the opposition fullback in Golden.
Yeah, this man in possession, Tyler Golden, got his work cut out for the next 40 minutes. Not only with McCarron on now, got the pace of Theo Hudson to worry about. It is Hudson now that's come across for this throw-in. Heavy touch from Wigan. Hudson back to Struick. Good pass from Hudson. Heavy touch from Cresswell. Into the box they come. Good block again from Pascal Struick. How many times have we said that tonight? So vital, gets in the way. Well, he's just a bit guilty of taking their eye off the prize. Golden inside. Here is Crankshaw. Swings the ball in, takes a deflection off Hudson, will be a corner. Big test for Hudson as well, because we've seen him play his position before, Ben, but when we first started watching him for the 18s, he was more of an attacking midfielder, played in the attacking roles. Of course, that was in that Youth Cup game against Accrington, but a real test of his defensive capabilities tonight.
And that's always the case when forward-thinking players drop into, especially the full-back positions. It's just your awareness, being in the right position, looking over your shoulder, following runners. I'm sure he'll adapt well.
Yeah, both floated into the near post. I think it's Edmondson that got the last touch to it. Fired back in. Good communication. Keeper gives Edmondson the biggest shout. And now he tries to ball the ball out. It's out to Stevens. He's kept it in well. Down the left to Edmondson. Heavy pass, but gets the throw in. Did look for a second, actually, that Meslier's throw in had not gone where he intended.
He looked a bit loopy, to be fair. He looked like he was going to get no distance, but hey, he knows what he's doing better than us, Tom.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic season. We mentioned the three centre-backs as our pick of the bunch so far this year, but you can't really forget Ilan Meslier in his first season with the club. A couple of great penalty saves, of course, in and around the first team. And ready to be called upon should he be needed this season, as here is Hudson. Runs into a brick wall in the shape of Golden, who comes back inside. Good work from Weir. Here is Benigme. Takes the ball away from several Leeds players. Edmondson now helping with Burgess. Benigme runs into Struick. Struick's gone down with a facial injury here, which is accidental. I think they've clashed heads. It was definitely a free kick originally, but we're going to get a break in play, Ben. Of course, fingers crossed that both players are okay and there's no serious damage to Benigme's at the back of his head or Pascal Struick the front, but treatment needed, and we'll get a little break here.
Yeah, I would recommend anyone watching, especially the younger viewers, to tackle with your head or your face. Like did they just got an awkward position, but is in great hands. The physio department that we've got at Four Parch at the club's absolutely fantastic, all the way from first team all the way throughout the club. But it's just a bit of a scrappy start to the second half, as we're approaching the 53rd minute now. You just want to get back into the rhythm. We're almost like half-time came at a wrong time for us when we were really pushing to get that opening goal. We saw an effort cleared off the line, a bit of a scramble also in the box. Wigan fighting hard to keep the ball out of the back of the net. And like I say, I think we're just searching to get back into that rhythm so far. Start of this second half.
Yeah, good to see Benigme on his feet. Of course, Pascal Struick still being assessed. He will walk to the touchline and hopefully be good to go. Edmondson will get himself behind the ball. If Leeds can break. Still got some players in advanced positions. In fact, Edmondson's now decided to stand behind it. In fact, they're putting everyone forward, so it's a change of tactics. Edmondson's now gone following the centre-back. Now someone else has dropped deep in Jensen Weir. All over the place, this Wigan set piece.
Doesn't look like they've worked on this one. Not
Well,
just one little bit. Interesting, we'll call that, Tom, shall we?
They can keep doing that all night. I mean, I was confused, never mind what the players were going through there, as every Wigan player took it in turns to turn away. Hazana's run into trouble. Shot comes in. Meslier had it covered at the near post. Another warning sign for Leeds that any little heavy touch or mistake will be punished by Wigan.
And there's the danger, Tom. Don't give them anything easy. If they're going to try and create something, Wigan, make them work for it. Don't just give the possession away far too easily, especially in around our 18-yard box.
Yeah, Struick across to Cresswell. He will go long up to Edmondson. It's not exactly to his feet. Edmondson does well to win a throw-in. Bryce Hazana will take it. Good work from Edmondson, good hold-up play, good pass. Just what Leeds need from him. Hudson. To McCarron. Hudson needed eyes in the back of his head or a bit of communication. He's actually headed it the wrong way there, trying to desperately get in the way of a Wigan move, and now through they come the middle. Hazana, good defending. Does well to not give a free kick away either. And some wear across to Piggott. Hudson standing him up, even though he's perhaps a foot shorter. Ball into the box, headed away by Cresswell. Heavy touch from Berger. Stewart comes out of defence. Referee gives the free kick. Stewart looks in the air in frustration. Well, one to start with, good to see he's okay after the little head knock, but I mean, I didn't see enough of a touch to suggest that he got the ball.
No, you could see where he just tilted his head back there. The word he used, frustration, that's what it was. Just tried to nick it, didn't get the ball, just caught his man. And I just think there as a defender, the attacker's going away from the goal, he's got his back towards the goal. Sometimes you don't try and have to nick the ball, because there's only going to be one outcome if you do it, and this is the result of it, a free kick in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, 3 Wigan shirts ready to go. Floated to the far post. Meslier comes and deals with it. Does really well. Fired out to McCarron.
Does excellent there.
Yeah, could have been a free kick. Certainly for me, Leeds' his best player tonight so far. Could all change with the quality the Whites have got out there. Stevens. Back to Cresswell. Into Stevens again. To Mateus Bogus, gets lucky. Out to Hudson. Hudson's going to go on his own. Falls over possession, trying to trick too many. And McCarron concedes the throw in. Very similar to the first half. What we said, 57 minutes in now. Just some of the movement's been so good. It's just quite simple as we get level to the box, Leeds. Perhaps too many Wigan shirts or a lack of support. Just letting Leeds down a little bit. Rushing their decisions. Wigan give the ball away. Struick's having his shirt pulled. Referee's going to give the free kick, which is good work from him. Piggott complaining, despite quite visibly pulling Pascal Struick's shirt and his shorts. And here is Cresswell. Casey, not seen too much of him in this second half. Hudson, that's a good first touch. Better from Bogus as well. Now McCarron. Bogus' pass has really set this move alight. Now he's going to go back for that pass as McCarron. Bogus had stopped his run. I don't want to keep repeating myself because we know they've got it in them to change this, but it is, again, edge of the box. Wrong decision so far tonight. It
was really promising as well. It's the first time in the second half when just a little bit of combination, one-touch passing, and we got out down that left-hand side.
Oh, chance here, Edmondson to finish. He's going to put it into the back of the net, and he's had one chance tonight, and he scored. Brilliant again from Leeds' number 9. McCalmont helping him out with threading it through, and Leeds take the lead.
And something out of nothing. This time it's Wigan trying to build out from the back, but we've pressed really well tonight. We've hunted in packs, just not gone individually. And Ryan Edmondson as a striker, be absolutely delighted with that chance. All strikers love that, where you don't really have to do too much to create a chance. The balls fell at him. And as you can see here, they've just tried to play out when it's not on. We just kind of set little traps, go and play into midfield areas. And they're heavy touch, but then we've won the ball back. Edmondson's alert, right place, right time. First time finish, 1-0.
Yeah, great work from Edmondson. Takes a very gutsy striker, very courageous to keep going when you're not really getting much service. And he's had a frustrating night so far. First chance in the second half, and first chance one-on-one with the keeper, and doesn't need to put too much power on the shot. Caresses it past the keeper. Wigan were furious at themselves for their mistake, but all good news for Leeds. As I said earlier, this victory, should they hang on to it, would see them replace Wigan in the table into 7th. They've still got 2 games in hand and continue to push up that table, and it could well be the 23s on their way to another silverware successful season, try to push for another trophy by Christmas. Of course, if they get those games in hand and win them, the table totally changes. Leeds just had a bigger advantage last time out last year. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock kickoff for the first team, travelling to Reading for that championship clash. The audio pass available for UK and Ireland customers, video available for other fans in selective territories. As here is Hazana. Great work, little nutmegs I think. McCalmont to Hudson. Hudson to McCarron across the face of goal. Put some power on that, and good defending from Obi to get in the way. They've given the ball away again though. Wigan leads with Edmondson trying to pick up the scraps. Burgess goes on his own and goes wide. He's having his shirt pulled. Free kick the other way for diving on top of the ball. Well,
to be fair, he's done the right thing. He's obviously thought the free kick's going to go in his favour, but what he's also done is stopped a counter-attack as well, just in case he has. Obviously, the referee was never going to give him a free kick, so he's done well. Good intelligent play was that. We can just say we've got a spring in a step now. That goal's just give everyone just that little bit of boost that we probably needed, because like I said, wasn't really creating too much this second half. The rhythm was where it was at towards the end of the first, but as Norman Hunter, the legend, famously used to say in commentary, goals change games, and it's rightly so. This is a perfect example.
Yeah, ball out to the far right. Stevens can't get there. Back up the line they come. It's into Jensen Weir. He goes back to Long. Here is Obi. Fires it forward. Struick has to be alert, and he is. Good work from Leeds. Up towards Burgess. Just can't wrestle away from Long. Half an hour to go. If you're just tuning in, Leeds took the lead in the 59th minute, so you've only just missed the goal if you have sat down or tuned in wherever you are watching our 23 sides. Ryan Edmondson, the scorer. Burgess tries to play Edmondson in, it's just behind him. Ball forward, Hazana tries to nip in and just can't get there. Reminder of the final changes. We'll see Huggins or Kennett coming on. Of course, plenty of potential with those two. Not seen much of Noah Kennett in the 23s. Good tackle from McCarron. Hudson, good feet this from Leeds. Casey, Struick. That's what we're normally accustomed to. And looks at the groove. He's a little bit back into normal position. They've got the goal. Settled down a little bit. There is Long once more towards Obi. Forced a mistake. I've been impressed by, I guess we've already touched upon it, but still 10 minutes ago since that point, Hudson seems to be working overtime down this left-hand side. We are going to get a couple of changes, by the way. So Alex Perry is one of them. I think that was number 14. Cal Joseph. And Joe Piggott, I think we mentioned him twice. He's been replaced by Charlie Jolly.
It just looks like for like changes for Wigan. Thought they might have tried to probably do something different, come up with a little bit different, because in terms of creating clear-cut chances, it's been few and far between, non-existent really.
He's had to shuffle across his goal a couple of times, but not as often as Wigan would have liked. A couple of routine saves for him. Such a confidence booster to get back-to-back wins. And of course, back-to-back clean sheets. Another defensive mix-up has given Edmondson the chance to come forward. He plays it to Stevens. So it's actually McCalmont. That's to Stevens. What a ball. Excellent. What a goal. McCalmont to Stevens. It's inch perfect. And Leeds 2-0 up. And the scorers from the game against Barnsley last week have scored again.
Devastating counter-attack is that. Force a turnover. And then the pace we commit, bodies forward. And what a pass from McCalmont, by the way. Great run from Stevens. Out to in, threatening him behind. It was just a lovely weighted pass in behind the full-back. And as you can see, this is where the turnover happens. Got Bogus to the left, just rolls it inside to McCalmont. Way of pass is superb, leaves the full-back for dead. Stevens uses his pace, first time finish. Again, excellent counter-attack, 2-0. And you have to say, the balance of the full 65 minutes, what we've had so far, I think we deserve this lead.
Yeah, that's a sensational pass. Absolutely sensational from Alfie McCalmont. Got the skipper's armband on. Missed that creativity when he was on international duty. Of course, such a proud moment for him as well to score while playing for Northern Ireland. Often see him bossing the midfield and just going side to side, keeping the play ticking over. Perhaps one of the best passes we've seen this season really for Leeds. It's just split the defence clean in two. Wigan's heads might start to drop a little now. Leeds might fancy their chances of going on to add into this as Crankshaw comes inside. Here is one of the changes, which looks like it's number 14, Joseph. Stevens asking for a free kick. It's gone Wigan's way. Smart from Stevens just to frustrate Wigan.
No, but going back to McCalmont with the pass there, the way to pass, that were the key. Oh, the vision also, but it's starting to add assists to his game. Mentioned his goal with Northern Ireland international break. That's what separates the good midfielders from the rest.
Yeah, ball in, header well wide. Leeds will take that again. Options for Meslier. Casey Cresswell might have to go long here, which he will. What a ball that is.
Excellent.
Hosanna to Stevens. Leeds are in their groove again. Stevens has got Edmondson in the box, tries to hang it up in the air for him. McCarron came central to try and help them out. But this is top stuff from Leeds second half. Fantastic distribution from Ilan Meslier.
I have to say, every time I've seen Meslier with the under-23s, always impresses me, always seems to do the right option, and for a goalkeeper, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, Edmondson wins a throw-in, good work. Yeah, especially when, with this new rule this season, having the player that, the players that can stand in the box and offer a different, shorter option. Sometimes it looks like the keepers think, well, I can't do this, so I'll just launch this long and hope. There was no hoping with that pass. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with it. It started the attack. Hosanna as well, as Bogus gets dispossessed. Stewart has to be quick. Casey and Cresswell come across. Hosanna's wrestling with Benigme. And plays it down the line to Stevens, who rides the tackle, touches it past the second, and that's where Stevens is at his best, in full flow. Taking players on. Played in the number 10 role last week and looked very good there as well. Here's Hudson. He's going to carry this. Good work from Theo Hudson. That's a free kick. And Leeds can now send their powerful three centre-backs forward.
And there's the strength of Theo Hudson. Mentioned attacking minded. And that's what he can bring to that position. Look at the modern day full-backs now. Everything's about going forward. If he can work on the defensive side, he'll be a real bright prospect going forward.
Casey to Meslier. Scoops the ball up. Can now get the chance to go back to Cresswell. He was looking for Stevens, who was a little bit lost with his bearings. 20 to go. No sign of the third sub just yet. Here's Emeka Obi. He's going to go long, and again, just what Leeds want. Forcing to make the pass early. The new man off the bench, Charlie Jolly's got no way of getting to that. There is Casey. Looking a lot more comfortable, this Ben, for Leeds, which is great to see.
Yeah, the key now is, obviously with 2 goals up, just don't switch off. Go for the juggler.
Yeah, there again, McCalmont to Edmondson. Will he get another assist? Turns inside. Needs to get out of his feet, Edmondson. Still wrestling, McCarran. McCarran's going to hit it right-footed. Burgess was coming. He's just scuffed it, Liam McCarran. But again, I mean, Burgess is asking for it, but I don't know anybody that would not shoot from there.
No.
Level with a penalty spot, one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah, he just fought Ryan Edmondson, just trying to create that half a yard for himself to get the shot away. And you feel a 3rd goal would definitely kill the game off, put it to bed. But while it's still 2-0, I'm just going to make the point about don't switch off at the back, keep that clean sheet. We did that last week again against Barnsley. Let's keep building on that. You see, look at the first team level, amount of clean sheets we've had this season. As that's Theo Hudson picking up a yellow card. I think a bit harsh, that, to be fair, but no, keep that clean sheet.
Yeah, good spot with the card, Ben. Yeah, massive for the confidence to keep them out. Vincent Weir has perhaps been Wigan's best player. He's dropping very deep in the 10 shirt to take this free kick. Don't know if Wigan's tactics is to make it look like they've got no plan with the set piece. Certainly confusing Leeds, though. It's making them be on their toes. There is right back Golden. It's good work from him. Poor ball from Obi. McCalmont's certainly got the bit between his teeth in this second half. Flies in. There is Casey. Wigan coming up in numbers, trying to swarm this Leeds defence as Hudson turns away again. Great footwork from Hudson. I could say that's possibly a clothesline, Ben.
I was just going to say, I've seen that move in WWE before, so it was an interesting one. But he done well to work himself out of that situation.
Done well not to react as well, considering he's just been carded.
You say he got a crippler crossface.
There's several ways to describe that move, and it's not allowed to be used in football. But Hudson does well, wins that free kick. And now tries to float it over the top for Edmondson. It could well fall for McCalmont. Will he have a go? It's going to sit up nicely for him, and it's going to be into the stands. And again, another opportunity. He deserved to go from there. And it's something we've not really seen too much of from Alpha McCalmont. We know he can score, though, from his international duty in midweek. But again, great support play, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, that shot was more suited to the other sport that gets played at this stadium, rugby league. He might got 2 points for that.
I mean, you can tell him that. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, but you see, he was driving forward here. Had a real positive impact this second half.
Yeah, Stevens takes that cross, deflected. It will be a corner. And he's just taking their time. Let the big boys come forward. 17 or so minutes to go. Cresswell getting ready. They've taken it short. Burgess from McCalmont. It's back to the Leeds skipper, the number 8. Burgess again, perhaps needs a little bit more help. Great feet. In behind he comes. It's a bit unlucky as Casey comes for it. Referee going to play on, is he? No, free kick. And well, McCalmont went close the second time. But slightly from behind, so you can understand why the official's given that. This one launched long. Good tackle from Burgess. Stevens comes back to help. Hosanna to Struick. Here is Hudson. Floats it down the left. Leeds will win the throw-in. Oh no, free kick being given.
How and why is that a free kick?
I don't know what they've done.
Great pressure again, though, to win the ball back.
Yeah, Leeds have done so well this second half to do just that. McCarron perhaps just being punished there for not being positive enough. Bryce-Hosannah tried to get a card. Referee gave advantage. He's put his whistle to his mouth unless no one's... he can't have blown that one. And it's going to be play on. It's with Jolly, the sub. Good refereeing in fairness if he's going to try and let the game flow. Here is Crankshaw. Hudson's coming across. Struick intercepts. And then just floats the ball down the line. Trying to keep it in play for Edmondson. Again, McCarron's so unlucky not to get there. Another interception from Struick. Hosannah dives over that. It's going to fall to Jensen Weir. Great work from Cresswell. Now Leeds on the attack again. Perhaps Stevens so quick down the right. Cresswell will go and use that pace, and Wigan are struggling to keep up. Stevens inside to McCalmont. Good first touch. Now can he carry on going? That's Edmondson. He's just toying with Wigan now a little, allowing the centre forward to stand on the left, and it's no real issue. It's a great idea for a 1-2. That's going to be a throw-in. The referee's looking for Bryce-Hosannah. He can't find him. I think that's what's going on.
Well, if he is, it's directly in front of your referee.
He was looking for him because he should be at right back. He's pretty tired. Referee's gone all the way over there to tell him he's not going to get carded. Number 16, Scott Smith, is on for Wigan. Not too sure who he's just replaced. We're too fascinated by the referee's handling of the Bryce-Hosannah tackle. Lots of options, all a bit short though. Just going to go over the top to Edmondson. It's well worked. Low and hard. That's not the worst pass either. Looking for Burgess. He's not too far away from finding his target. Terrific tackle from Casey. Calmont. He's got Hudson on the left. Here is the Leeds 13. It's fired in. Good block from Golden. Needed if we're going to be really picky. I mean, Alpha McCalmont's been great tonight. If we're going to be picky, which I'm sure Carlos Colbrand will be anyway, we don't have to do it for him. That pass should have come earlier to Hudson.
Yeah, well, but you know, as a midfield player, the option's already there. And I like the first thought process when you get the ball. Look forward. You know the options either to your left or to your right, and that's what he's done well tonight. Does he give a free kick, or is it just because the ball's hit him? Going to have a drop ball? I think he's going to give a free kick.
Yes, bringing the play back. Headed away by Struick. Casey. Nearly in the final 10 minutes of what has been a good night for Leeds so far at the DW Stadium. Into Hosannah. Good turn from Burgess. McCalmont's picked up the pieces yet again. Hudson to McCarron. Hudson feels like he's been pulled off the ball. McCarron tries to scoop it up. There's got to be some work there from Hudson to get to it. He's annoyed McCarron, but again, a lot of our fans listening or watching will be... Sometimes you lose that old-fashioned winger style. It's just, head down and try do something a bit different. He doesn't seem to do that.
No, and modern-day football now, it's all about being an athlete, having pace. You've got the pace like McCarron possesses. You've got half a chance of being successful within your career. So he's got all the attributes to go on, push to get in towards the first team. But no, especially last couple of weeks, last time against Barnsley, here tonight as well, was Bryce not happy with that challenge.
Yeah, Hosannah's unhappy. The ball was there to one. Great support from Milan Meslier, by the way. Red card's come out. A red card has come out. Well, Bryce-Hosannah did not react very well to that. It suggests it wasn't the best tackle from Chris Merry. I just presumed he was late. He was going to get a yellow and we'd just carry on with the game. But the referee has said, I can only think, Ben, from where we're, sat, it's a long way away. I can only think it was a lot higher than perhaps we first thought.
Maybe. I think full credit to Bryce Hosanna. Obviously wasn't happy at all with the challenge. That's why he jumped up, but didn't push the guy, didn't get too close contact with the heads. You could see his teammates just ushered him away. And I'm with you, Tom. I thought the referee was going to come over, give a yellow card, and play him from a free kick, as you can see here from the replay. Where it's caught him high towards like the higher part of the shin, towards the knee area. It's obviously difficult to tell from that replay, but no, it's the perfect scenario for us now. 2-0 up, 10 minutes to go, playing against 10 men. Don't do sloppy passes like that. Keep the ball now, work them hard, and if we do that, third goal should be on the horizon. Push for the fourth, but like I said, keep that clean sheet, but make them work hard now. We can punish them even more.
Yeah, Calmont's very timely, intercepts it. Wigan again have given the ball away. Edmondson's going to go for goal. He did have McCalmont to his right. He's tried to make amends. He's done very well to go and win the ball back. I mean, that is sensational work from Ryan Edmondson. Gets a bit lucky with the trick. He'll say he meant that. I don't think he did. Stevens floats it in, looking for McCarron, who's just bumped off the ball. That's what you want to see, though, from any player, whether it's the 23s, 18s, first team. A bit greedy, should have passed it. He realised and thought, well, I'll go get it back and I'll make amends. And Edmondson nearly created another chance for Leeds.
And his performance tonight has reminded me a lot of what we've seen from Patrick Bamford this season, working ever so hard, build-up play, but then what we've seen from Bamford, especially the last two outings, getting his goals, fully deserved them. You can see the same from Ryan Edmondson. And any advice I would offer to Ryan is watch Bamford, watch how he plays, watch how he works ever so hard off the ball. But then you're right, be selfish, go get your goals, because ultimately that's what strikers love finding back of the net.
Yeah, Cresswell to Hosanna. McCalmont. Struick. Cresswell again. Down the line from Hosanna. Just about going to stay in, is it? No, Stevens can't get there. It was always curling away, but just thought the slick surface might have been against him. In the end, it was the case. Here is Long. Forward from the keeper. Good work from Cresswell to just nudge the centre forward off the ball. Kyle Joseph unable to get there. Good legs from Hosanna. Player have to try and dive out of the way. Is that going to be a free kick? Well,
there's no advantage there, surely.
Referee says nothing should be given. Here is Jolly. Casey and Stevens forcing him wide. Stevens now flies in and looks to have won the ball. He caught the man a little early. He's very team orientated, Jordan Stevens. You've noticed in the 23s, if a teammate gets fouled, he'll always go back and try and help out. Very passionate player. Free kick taken. Headed towards goal. Meslier has to be quick and is. Brave, he's caught one. Perhaps been trod on. And the referee should be stopping the game to make sure he gets some treatment. To the final 6 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a sore one, that one, for Ilan Meslier, Ben.
Yeah, it just looked like on the follow-through from the striker, didn't it? As Meslier just palmed the ball away. I think it was a really good decision from him, to be honest. Just safety first. As I just palm the ball away. As you'd think with around about 6 minutes to go plus stoppage, as a coach, you're quite comfortable, you're quite content. But as you can see, a majority of the team are coming over, getting a drink. Carlos Cobran, this is where he comes into his own, offering out instructions, still pushing the team, still asking questions of the boys. But just key messages, keep going, know your roles and responsibilities. And like I said, the table at the moment within the division, it's quite tight, so goal difference could be a key thing. So try and get that third goal if you can.
Yeah, tactics being dished out last few minutes, last chance to get over the line. Make sure they keep the clean sheet. Of course, if you have just missed it, Ilham Mesli's just been caught. Perhaps got some studs to the chest, and hopefully he's okay to continue and finish the game, but Leeds will take no chances with him.
You can see a couple of the members of the staff there. Just I don't know if they're calling down for Majezek just to come and get warm. Not too sure. If it is the case, you just hope everything's is just precautionary. But it looks to be fine. Does Meslier, which is it's a really good sign.
Yep, great to see. Could well be that the coaching staff may be waving for one last change for the outfielders. Taken short. Walking pace now. Played out from Leeds. Again, they just try to see this one out because they've got a bit of a slight issue for Bright Hosanna, and if there's one player that deserves no injuries at all, I'm hoping it's just cramp.
Same. I think for about 10 minutes ago, he just looked absolutely shattered. Did Bryce obviously has missed a large part of this season due to injury, and he's slowly finding his match sharpness back. He's already highlighted his versatility. Started at left back, gone over to right back, and these 86, 87 minutes that he's played, he'll do him a world of good. There's no one Kennel looks like he's going to join the rest of the game.
Yeah, a bit of a change in the original numbers we had, but he is on. Okay. The latest of Leeds' academy players that have been tipped to have such a bright future. We can give the ball back to Leeds. A couple of minutes, Ben. I can give you a bit of thinking time to ask your man of the match. As we see Casey in possession. His tape's just come loose, so he'll get rid of that for the final minute or so. Leeds not really interested, by the looks of things, to go for that third. They're just happy to see this one out. I think if an opportunity does arise, they'll try and go for it. But Wigan have put everyone behind the ball since the red card, sort of forcing Leeds' hand in a way.
I think Wigan are delighted with this. They've been more than pleased, just saying, okay guys, you just keep the ball around the back three. Looks like we have gone to a back three with the case of just dropping into the middle of that position on the ball there, just play out to Pascal Struick.
Yeah, Struick to Casey. Back to Struick again. It's out to the left. Inside it comes. McCalmont back to Casey. There with Struick. McCalmont again. While we've said Leeds are not that bothered about going for the third, Wigan are not exactly pressing to try and force the error. They feel this game is done. Casey to Struick. Final 30 seconds. Not sure how long the referee is going to give for the stoppage time. Good feet from Kennett. Back to Cresswell again. Here is Casey. could probably put this on loop and just keep watching them pass it side to side. That's what they've done for about a good 2 or 3 minutes now. Here is Hudson. We haven't seen Wright Edmondson for a long while. Might have started eating his tea up front. His night's over early. 90 minutes. Edmondson will be a candidate for the match. This man, McCalmont, will be as well. I thought McCarron played well. You can have the deciding vote as always, Ben.
No, I think it's been a good collective effort tonight. We've been solid all over the pitch. Each kind of third, each section, we've been dominant. Even Meslier, he hasn't had much to do, but then his distribution's been good. But with McCarron starting well, I think is obviously a candidate. But for me, Alfie McCalmont, he grew into the game, been a real catalyst, driving forward. His assist for the second goal was superb. And it's great to see him back after international break and starring in this game.
Yeah, the Wigan players there targeting Liam McCarron a little bit late, not really necessary. Huggins, the man that's going to come on last. Hudson goes back. Again, tells you the intentions of Leeds. Casey again. There is Struick, fires it out to the left. Hudson gets caught in possession. Will chase back with Benigme. There is McCarron. He's been a thorn in their side all night as here's Stevens takes over. Leeds just really seeing this game off in style. Struick once more. Back from Stevens. Here is Casey. Struick again. Do feel the referee will put Wigan out of their misery anytime now. Especially considering that Struick and Casey have had about 8 1-2s in a line. Now Struick's got ball and gone for the long ball over the top. Huggins will chase. And it is going to be up top there for Kennett to bring it under control for the throw-in if they get time to take it. Calmont's pass is short. Kenneth flies in. Good tackle. It's a bit of a body check. Referee was going to give a free kick. He must have been giving it to Wigan so they can break. Such as the hard work of Edmondson that he's still one of the furthest men back up the pitch trying to track back. He forces the error. He really has put a shift out there today and put a shift in. Done so well. Meslier to Cresswell to Kennett. Walking pace again for Leeds, but it's winning ways. Back-to-back wins. Game on Friday. And of course, don't forget to tune into LUTV tomorrow evening for the first team's game against Reading. 8 o'clock kickoff and very busy weekend here on LUTV. Cresswell to Edmondson, who really has got bored playing at right wing back. That's how long it's been since he's got a meaningful touch. Struick to Hudson. This will be some goal if Leeds can actually go for it one last time with the amount of passes they've had. Hudson rides the challenge, tries to keep it in. Perhaps caught there. The goal kick's going to have been given. Into the 4th minute of stoppage time. Edmondson, I think, just said, not only to the ref or the coaching staff, of how long are we playing here. You can see why with the effort he's put in. Fired up and away. I know we have to play stoppage time, but is this the most meaningless stoppage time ever?
Yeah, I don't think the referee's got anywhere to be after this game, has he? So he must be enjoying himself.
Well, with that pass from Alfie McCallum, I'm not surprised. He wants to see one more, I guess. It's back from the number 16. Scott Smith intercepted. Leeds might have time for that third. Stevens runs into trouble. It's going to fall for Edmondson. It's then going to cue to McCallum. Sorry, just backed out. I think he thought he was going to get crunched in the tackle. The referee has decided that that is that. And Leeds get back-to-back wins. Fabulous performance. Edmondson and Stevens with the goal. The exact same scorers from the success over Barnes. And myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker, once again, thank you for joining us. And as I say, first team action Reading on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock.